Hello everyone, welcome to Food Tech Explained. Today we're going to discuss about the GMP. I'll be making a series of videos on good manufacturing practices, and in this video, I'll be mainly focusing on the allergen control. So as we all know, good manufacturing practices need to be placed in the system to facilitate the control of the potential risks easily. So it aims in providing safe and contamination-free food to the customer. So let's come to the allergen control. Allergen control is a very peculiar reaction by the immune system of the body. It's not present in everyone. It's caused on consuming some additives with natural proteins which trigger the allergenic reactions. So the food allergens are devoid of any peculiar immunological or biochemical attributes. So the body identifies some proteins as detrimental and takes the countermeasures by releasing the chemicals like histamine, which would affect the body parts like gastrointestinal tract or respiratory system, skin, or cardiovascular system. So the severity of the allergenic reactions depend on the type and the amount of allergen consumed by the individual. So people are very sensitive to the proteins, particularly the people who has the allergies. So some of the foods include peanuts, eggs, soy, or milk, other dairy products. So So these are the major allergens, and there are other allergens like lupin and sulfites. Sulfites are present in potatoes. So avoiding these food which has the allergenic content is the only way. So the allergens cannot be eliminated by food preparation or processing methods. So the prevention is only by avoiding it, or not consuming it. So for proper implementation of the GMP, the allergens need to be controlled in the food processing environment. So an allergen management system is developed by FSA or FDE, so which mainly focuses on some areas like raw materials, people who handle the food, like prep teams, design of the equipment, factory outlets, the processing methods, how it's been processed, CIPs and everything, cleaning, packaging, and the supply chain, new product development, etc. It's all for the proper allergen management. So control of the allergens in food industry. Let's focus on the raw materials first. So the labels of the incoming raw materials and goods should be reviewed for proper information on the allergen present. So some of the industries actually mention with the ingredient, like what allergen does it have, right on the label, so that any raw material operative who's new to the work wouldn't get confused. They can simply identify the allergens present based on that. There are allergen matrix placed in food industry, in some of the food industries, which actually gives all the information what allergens are present in it. So some of them they do the color coding and stuff for proper identification. So the packagings are color coded generally, or the items, the place where it is stored is color coded. So I've seen some purple color coding for the allergens in some places. So each pallet bag or case must be labeled separately, which provides the information of the specific allergens. Allergens contaminated containers must be monitored regularly to avoid the cross-contamination. Obviously, any allergen container should not be kept. Like there are the segregation areas. So the non-allergen material containers are not supposed to be placed inside that area. So the raw materials is a key part. So coming to the store place of the allergenic ingredients should be separated from the non-allergens. So the product should be monitored in clean and locked storage containers to avoid the contamination. Separate pallets and bins must be used for the storage of each ingredient. Maintenance of storage, damaged allergen containers, spillage, They all have to be documented. That's necessary. So coming to the production, the cross-contact allergen of allergens during the manufacturing is very common in the food industries, and employees have to be regularly briefed on the allergen awareness. So the ingredients and the packaging materials have to be labeled and they need to be segregated properly. Allergen information must be printed on the labels of the product, containers for information of the handlers. So specialized handling containers and facilities can be maintained to avoid the cross-contamination of the product. So coming to the sanitation, standardized sanitation procedures must be implemented, and the cleaning procedures should, like chemicals or soap, should be in the permissible limits. Proper hand washing procedures, usage of sterile clothing such as aprons and gloves would eliminate the risk. So the cleaning policy should be reviewed very frequently to prevent the cross contaminations with the allergens. So the CAPs have to be absolutely in place. So the equipment side should be properly cleaned during the cleaning shift. So some of the industries have their dedicated hygiene scheduled when they switch from allergen to non-allergen or vice versa. So it's through the cleaning of the shop floor after the processing of the product, they they try to mitigate the risk. So that's all for today in this video. I'll be discussing more in the coming video. Thank you very much for watching. Please share and subscribe.